NBC's first entry into the fall 2024 season is Brilliant Minds, and it has a very familiar face at the head, Zachary Quinto. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new NBC series Brilliant Minds. This is airing Monday nights, and as of this recording, there are 4 episodes already up, and we can continue to see new episodes, like I said, on Mondays. Before we launch into the specifics, though, of this series, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you are one of my subscribers already, thank you so much. But if you are not, please consider subscribing, click that notification bell. But everybody can just like this video and comment below. That would help tremendously with the channel, so I do appreciate that. All right, so I mentioned Zachary Quinto is the star of this, and yes, indeed, he plays Oliver Wolf, who is a neurologist at Bronx General Hospital. We also have some other names here that, honestly, I'm not really familiar with. Tamberla Perry is the chair of psychiatry at the hospital. Ashley Lathorpe is a first-year resident. Alex McNichol plays a first-year resident as well, and Audrey Kebs as well. And we have Teddy Sears as Josh Nichols, who is the chair of the neurosurgery department. And he's been on a bunch of stuff, including The Flash, and he might be familiar to you. But anyway, the premise here of this show is essentially that this guy, this brilliant mind, as it were, has face blindness, which is something that I first heard about decades ago, probably, in this book called The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. And recently, this has kind of been in the news because Brad Pitt has admitted that he might have some sort of minor issue with this as well. And essentially, with face blindness, you can't really see faces. They're kind of just a blur. So you have to base, if you've seen this person before, you met them before, you have to kind of go off of certain different clues. And he sort of explains that. I think it's in episode 2 that Dr. Wolf talks about this. But in any event, he's got that going on. But he is, a brilliant neuroscientist or neurologist, whatever. And so he's, great with the scalpels and all of that. However, he also has his own brand of, doing things his own way, and that ruffles feathers and rubs people the wrong way. In the very first scene of the first episode, he is taking an Alzheimer's patient or a dementia patient out to their granddaughter's wedding without permission, and so he ends up sort of getting in a world of pain for that. But all right, so that's the basic premise. I mean, look, essentially, it's sort of like House, with he's a bit of a curmudgeon, but darn it, he's gonna figure it out, and solve the case, solve the week's patient or whatever. And then you have these people all around him who we don't really know too much about yet. We've seen, little snippets of their character traits and whatnot. The first years kind of all blend together so far, but in any event, the couple of leads have some interesting things going on. But him specifically, Dr. Wolf, we delve into his family life, and things are not going super great there. But look, Zachary Quinto at the head of this, I think, is a great touch. I think he is a very compelling actor. I guess, was Heroes the first time we saw him? I suppose it was, right? And then, of course, he went into the Star Trek movies with Spock. Yeah, I mean, I guess Heroes really was, his big break. I didn't watch. Well, I watched a little bit of Heroes, I guess, but he's always been, a compelling actor. And he's definitely got the look for the whole hot doctor kind of vibe that we're always typically going for, and NBC just ran, what was the show with Ryan Eggold, another attractive doctor, He had his own set of problems. He had cancer himself, and they were always trying to shut down the hospital. I forget what that show was called, but New Amsterdam, that's what it was. But that just wrapped. So obviously, they've got Chicago Med, but they needed another doctor show to kind of keep the momentum going there. And this is a good one. There's a lot of hospital shows out there. In fact, of the 4 new shows I've already reviewed for this season, 2 of them have been doctors so far, because we did Dr. Odyssey on ABC, which is more of a love boat, more of a little campy kind of thing. But here we have, the more hard hitting. And so far, the cases are interesting. And the character development is in full swing, at least for him. Yeah, like I said, the co-stars, I think we're still kind of learning about them a little bit. We'll open them up as the season continues. But right away in like episode 1, we know a fair amount about his character and his background and what maybe we're going to be leaning into plot-wise over the course of the season. I do have a little nitpick with his character, and that is that he is a gay character, and I'm a gay man, so I have obviously no problem, with inclusion and diversity and everything in your show. But I had sort of hoped on a deeper level, I guess, that once an actor came out as part of the LGBT community, that they could still play straight characters if they wanted to. Maybe this was a choice that he made. Maybe he wanted the character to be gay, but he's been in a few Ryan Murphy things, and he's played a gay man in those. It's just I don't know. Like, I'm also a big proponent of, if you are a gay character, you don't have to be portrayed by a straight person. Stanley Tucci has done that obviously to perfection. It's called acting. You're doing a role, and I don't know. It's just a little disheartening to feel like, okay, once an actor comes out, then they're only going to be given gay roles and gay characters. You can play a diverse group of people. It's acting. But anyway, that's like kind of a minor nitpick with the character, himself. But Zachary Quinto, look, he's a great actor. Obviously, we've seen him do many different styles of things, and this is going to be, I think, another good one for his resume. So far, for me, from the 4 shows that I've seen, it's probably the best one. I mean, I think High Potential is the most fun over on ABC, but I would say this is probably the most well-crafted show. I'm going to leave Brilliant Minds with a B+. And like I mentioned, you can check that out Monday nights on NBC with new episodes. All right, thank you so much for watching Dan Reviews It, and I'll see you next time.